Once again, you are welcome to the topical solutions to the past Wassce questions for senior high school and private candidates in the year 2013. The topic is formulas, linear equations and inequalities. Your instructor here is Augustus. If you need more of these videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, let's move on to the questions that we are going to answer. Objective question 10 for senior high school candidates. The question says, if x plus 1 over 2, x plus 1 over 2 minus 2x minus 1 over 3 is less than 2, solve for x. So here, first of all, we look for the least common denominator or multiple. That's between 2 and 3, and it is 6. So you multiply it by the terms we have there. And we have 3 terms, 1, 2, 3. So 6 times x plus 1 out of 2 minus another 6 times 2x minus 1 out of 3 less than 6 times 2. We are going to cancel out. 2 goes into 6. 3 goes into 6. 2. Leaving us 3 into bracket x plus 1 minus 2 into bracket 2x minus 1. It's less than 6 times 2 is 12. In the next step, we are going to expand the bracket. So 3 times x will give us 3x plus 3 times 1, 3 minus 2 times 2x will be negative 4x. Then negative 2 times negative 1 will be positive 2, which is less than 12. Now 3x minus 4x will be negative x, and 3 plus 2 is 5, so it's less than 12. We want to make x the subject, so we get x is less than 12, and when this 5 is transposed from the left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes negative 5. We're going to get negative x is less than 12 minus 5 is 7. We want to find x, so we divide both sides by negative 1. Negative x divided by negative 1 less than 7 divided by negative 1. Negative will take away negative, we will have, and when you are doing the division, whenever you are working with inequalities, immediately you are dividing by negative, the sign changes to the other one. If it is less than, it will change to greater than, and if it is greater than, it will also change to less than. So you have x is greater than negative 7, and that should be your answer. Objective question 12 for senior high school candidates. If r is equal to h out of 2 plus d squared out of 8h, express d in terms of r and h. We are going to express this d in terms of r and h, meaning we are going to make d the subject. So this is the term with d. We can transpose this term to the left hand side. That will give us r minus h over 2 is equal to d squared over 8h. Now, let's simplify this part. The least common denominator will be 2, and here is divided by 1 into 2 is 2. 2 multiplied by r is 2r minus 2 into 2 is 1. 1 times h is the same h, which is equal to d squared out of 8h. So if you want d squared to stand alone so that we can get our d out, we have to do cross multiplication here. So by that, this 8h, which is at the denominator of the right hand side, will become the numerator at the left hand side, and we get 8h into bracket 2r minus h should be equal to d squared. Of course, here is over 2. So now the d squared is standing alone. But we want d, so we will do that. This 2 can cancel itself once. 2 into 8 is 4, giving us d squared is equal to 4h into bracket 2r minus h. D squared is equal to 4h into bracket 2r minus h. Now I want to find d, so we take the square root of both sides. And we get square root of d squared is equal to square root of 4h into bracket 2r minus h. The square root, we take away the square and we get d left, which will be equal to square root of 4h into bracket 2r minus h. So that is the expression we're asked to do. That's making d the subject. Objective question 37 for senior high school candidates. Which of the following illustrates the solution of the inequality x divided by 3 minus into bracket x minus 3 out of 2 less or equal to 1 on a number line? So we are going to solve for the inequality, after which we represent it on a number line. So the least common denominator here is 6. So we multiply 6 by the first term, which is x over 3 minus 6 times x minus 3 over 2 less or equal to 6 times 1. 3 into 6 is 2. 2 into 6 is 3. So we are going to get 2x minus 3 into bracket x minus 3 less or equal to 6. The next thing we're going to do is to expand the bracket. You have 2x minus 3x plus negative 3 times negative 3 is positive, then we will get 9 here, less or equal to 6. 2x minus 3x will give us negative x, then we have 9 plus 9 less or equal to 6. We can transpose this 9 to the right hand side and we get, since it is positive, to become negative 9. So we get negative x less or equal to 6 minus 9 will give us negative 3. But we want to find x. How do we do it? We divide both sides by negative 1. So negative x divided by negative 1. And dividing it by negative 1, the inequality sign will change. This is less or equal to, so it will change to greater or equal to. Then negative 3 divided by negative 1. This will cancel out and we are going to get the value of x to be 3. But we have to represent it on a number line. So we draw our 9's line here. 0, 3, negative 3. And on positive 3, we illustrate this. But since it's greater or equal to, we have to shade it nicely. Then the values of x are greater or equal to. So those values will fall in this range. So that's our number line there. Objective question 39 for senior high school candidates. It says given that x is equal to 1 over 5, x is equal to 1 over 5, and y is equal to 2, we should evaluate to bracket 2x y exponent negative 1 plus 4 over y exponent negative 1. This term 2xy exponent negative 1 can be rewritten as 1 over 2xy plus this term can also be rewritten as 4y. Any number raised to the power negative 1, like 3 exponent negative 1 is 1 out of 3. 2 exponent negative 1 is 1 out of 2. So that's what we apply to get 2xy exponent negative 1 as 1 out of 2xy plus this one there. We also have 4 divided by y exponent negative 1 is 1 over y, and 4 times we reciprocate it to get y. So 4 times y will give us y. That's why we have 4y over here. To continue, let's do a substitution of the values we were given. Right? 1 over 2, the value for x is 1 out of 5. And that of y is 2 plus 4. Y is 2 over there. When we continue, we are going to get 1 out of 2 times 2 is 4. 4 out of 5. Then plus 4 times 2 is 8. 1 over 4 out of 5 is the same as 5 out of 4. It's the same principle as this. 1 divided by 4 out of 5 is the same as 1 times 5 out of 4. We are going to get 5 out of 4. Then plus 8. The least common denominator, we have 4 here. 4 into itself, 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Then plus, is divided by 1. 1 into 4 is 4. 4 times 8, we are going to get 32. Then 5 plus 32 is 37 divided by 4. So if you want to write this in mixed fraction, 4 into 37 is 9. 9. So 9 times 4 is rather 36. So 36 remainder 1 whole number, then over the denominator 4. So that's our final answer there.